Wow, well, welcome back to another WCN Live here in the Wilson County News. My name is Kristen Weaver, Director of Operations, and today my guest is...
Tamyra Albers from Cestohowa Community Center.
Thank you so much for being here today. Look forward to our conversation and filling you guys in on the great plans going on in Cestohowa. Let me thank our sponsor. WCN Live has been sponsored by Professionals in Dentistry, where you can smile brighter at Professionals in Dentistry. They're the top-rated dentist in China Grove, San Antonio. So reach out to them, give them a shout out. They are tagged in the description of this video. And we thank you so much for your sponsorship, Professionals in Dentistry. Great, okay. Well, so a couple of housekeeping here while we're on WCN Live. Just to remind you all, we have a comment contest. So whenever we're on live, we ask that you post a comment. It can be hi, it can be a thumbs up. You can ask a question because we'll be following along. So we hope that you do that because we really want you to engage with us and learn all that you can about the good things happening in Cestohowa, just down the road from us here. And yeah, so do join us, and we'd be happy to say hello. Well, good morning to you, Sherry, our most loyal WCN Live fan. I'm glad to see that you joined us today. And while I have a moment here, I am going to share this real quick on our page. Really quick here, give me a moment. I'll change that later. Oops, I just posted a comment. Sorry, folks. That's right, y'all need time to join anyway. Let's see. There. Okay, so first things first is our comment contest now. For those of y'all that have been following this, we have started giving away different tickets and different gifts, kind of changing it up here a little bit. So now, Tamyra, if I could have you draw me a winner. This is from last week's comments, and this person wins 4 tickets to the August 7th Opry to see Wyatt Aleman. Wyatt Aleman was our guest last week, as y'all remember. And good thing it's our most loyal watcher here, Sherry Manti, who wins the 4 tickets to the August Opry. But just to recap that real quick, Wyatt Aleman was on, and he is going to be, they're having a free event happening here downtown Floresville coming up real soon. So, but those tickets are to see him at the Opry, so that's always a great event. And we're here to talk now about an event that's happening in Cestohowa, and you have a little bit of time to prepare. The comments for today's live commenters, y'all are going to have a chance to win entry to this big event called A Night in Cestohowa, featuring Jake Hooker. So we're going to talk all about that, but before we do that, let's get started with Tamyra. Introduce yourself to us. Give us a little about you.
My name is Tamyra Albers. I am one of the managers, along with my husband, of the Cestohowa Hall. We have been doing this, managing the hall, for about 6 years or so. We've been involved with the hall for about 20 years, along with several people that have been involved with the hall as well. We just felt like there's something to be involved with the community. We help out with the things that needs to be done. Right now, we actually started right before COVID hit, so we were in the middle of all that. So it's been kind of challenging coming back from COVID, and so we also knew that our hall needed some renovations to be done. We have started 3 years ago, fundraisers to raise funds for the renovation of our hall. So we've had two fundraisers a year, being our Jake Hooker fundraiser. He's been a real success for us.
Yeah.
And then also our community also does a casino night as well. And it's been successful as well, because the community likes to come out and get together and have a little bit of fun and doing the gamings as well.
Yeah, so when you talk about, like, you saw a need in the Cestohowa community for things to happen. So the main, talk about the pulse of Cestohowa. What is that like out there? you've got the church and you have the hall, and the hall has like a certain amount of activity that happens throughout the year.
Well, the hall is involved with the church in the community by, we have our annual picnic there in May for our church, and then we also have our turkey dinner that the Cestohowa Altar Society also puts on. And so those are our two other main events that have happened in the hall, and that's been going on for years. The hall's been around since 1938, 1940. We're not quite sure on the date that it was but I think it's around that. So it's been here for about almost 90 years. And so those two events, especially the picnic, has been going on in that hall for that many years. And so the hall is a community based. It's not belong to one particular person. It belongs to the community. So we just have people that directors and a committee that come together to run that hall. So we do our annual meeting every year in January to talk about what's been going on in the hall and what's coming up in the future. We've had proms in the hall as well. Before COVID hit, Cestohowa was one of the venues that several weddings happened, especially in our community. I got married there, and I'm not originally from Cestohowa, but we got married there, and that's where we live now, and so that's why we're still involved with our community in that way.
So this is like keeping alive one of those traditions that many of us, grew up in that generation going to dances. But honestly, it's an icon for our area.
Yes.
These old dance halls.
Yes, and it is. We've actually had the historical dance hall people come out and look at the hall, and I know that we are listed as one. I'm not going to say we're the oldest, but we are one of the remaining dance hall that's been around for generations. I know that today's world, we don't necessarily have dances anymore. We tried to have back in the 80s where we had those dances every weekend, and I was included in that. We would go to the hall and had those dances like the Rhythm of the Road and the Emotions, and even the Taylor Brothers. I remember them being there as well, and so we have tried to bring back those young dances, but it's just that wasn't in my generation now, and so it's just to see the changes that have happened in the last 40 years that I've kind of been around in that community, and so it's just something that we my husband and I we keep alive along with our other community members that are involved with the hall as well.
About how many would you say is your group?
For my fundraiser, I have about 10 people that come to the meetings and plan and things, and then I also have community members that offer help when they are coming around for the event. If they're around, they offer their help to help out with the fundraisers that I have, and so I bring them in. We try to encourage as many people as we can get involved. This way we can make it better, improve it better. So if
good. Thanks for joining us also, Sharon and Neela Hopkins. Good to hear from you. I'll be sure to share this video, and let's get some good vibes going towards Cestohowa and what they're doing coming up here for this special event. So we're going to get to that. So the event that you want to plan for, maybe we should talk about that now. Jump around here a little bit. Let's talk about the night. It's a night in Cestohowa with Jay Cooker and the Outsiders, planned for Saturday, August 9th.
Correct. We are having our fun. This is our third year having Jay Cooker. This is the second year of having a night in Cestohowa with Jay Cooker in the Outsiders. It is a night of fun. We have Jay Cooker, who's there for the dancing portion of it. We have a tater dinner that happens before we even get started dancing for our people, and then after we eat, we go to an hour of dancing, and then we finish up with we have a silent auction that goes on when you walk through the door. You can bid on that, and then we have a live auction that happens, and that only takes about an hour 15 minutes to get through before we finish the night with dancing with Jay Cooker. Just so that you know, during those breaks and things, you can definitely go and talk to Jay Cooker. He is an awesome guy to talk to. I have enjoyed thoroughly working with Jay Cooker and his wife, Sheila. They have been a great fundraiser to have to raise funds for our renovations for the hall that we are currently working on right now.
Absolutely, yeah, because it sounds like he's almost was sort of the catalyst. Didn't you say the first one that you had 3 years ago was raising the roof?
Yes.
And that launched y'all into be able to replace your roof at the hall and really get things going, moving toward where you are today.
Yes, and he was, and I had my doubts. I shouldn't say that, but I had my doubts because I wasn't quite sure. And so when he came in, we had a crowd of half of being in the community, and the other half was his following that followed him, that were in the local area that follow him, and they were just very appreciative of having him come down this far south. And I know he comes down here, but just to have him down here and to enjoy him and locally, and so yes, and his music is just great. If you are a dancer, country dancer, his music is just awesome to dance to, and even to listen to. Even if you can't dance, you can definitely enjoy the enjoyment of listening to the music as well. I look forward to this.
Yeah,
yes.
So tell me a little about his music for those who maybe haven't experienced him in another venue before. You were telling me he's kind of swing.
Kind of a swing. I call it a swing country music. It's the type of music that you can really dance to, the true country dance. He's also very. He kind of. I don't want to say he preaches or anything, but he's got the religion, faith in his music as well. Some of older music that you hear about. The faith in God and things like that, and he is truly that person. He is just a great person to come out and listen to and dance to and enjoy the night to. We start at 5:30. The doors open at 5:30 for those of you that have tickets to come in and enjoy dinner, and then dinner is going to be from 6 to 7, and then from 7:30 to 8:30 we have an hour of dancing with Jay Cooker. And then at 7:30 we open the doors to our folks that want just to come in and dance. And then they're invited to come in at that time. And then from then on we just dance until midnight, and then we close our door. The reason for the fundraiser that we started 3 years ago was to start our renovation of the hall. And so the first one was raising the roof, and we were able to put a brand new roof on our hall, and we are actually taking that old roof that they took off and we're reusing it inside the hall. So we have kind of incorporate the old part of our hall to retain the old dance hall look to it as well.
That's great. And you said you really have had others now using the hall that they've been able to have that wow factor.
Yes, we are in the process right now of taking out some windows to help incorporate the air conditioning in there, and we don't need as much lighting per se, because I know back in the day from the stories that I've heard, they had all these windows because they needed it for to open all the windows to keep it cool inside the hall, and so we're taking some of those windows out. And it's just really have made the hall look bigger per se. We're changing the color, the inside of the hall to a lighter color, and it's really making the hall look prettier. Also, extremely excited about the bar that we had, the wooden bar that We also have changed that out to a granite bar.
Sounds lovely.
We kind of, with the bar area and into our kitchen area, we updated that with new appliances. We in the bar in new cabinet just to really put some freshness in the hall, but
Sounds nice.
kind of keep that the old
Retain
but
its core, its history.
yes, and
Yeah.
of course we've already had our church picnic and we've had a lot of compliments on what has been done so far.
That's good.
So we are continuing during our breaks of bookings. So it's just taking some time to get that
That's
renovation.
how good things come, right?
Yes,
Good things
yes.
come in time. And you're putting in the effort and you're doing such smart things that are really just kind of like what a benefit to the community.
Yes,
Really, is
yes.
what that is. Tell me about, so you had mentioned proms, but you said Fall City had their prom there?
Fall City's had their prom for the last 3 years. That I know it, 3 years, I believe, 3 or 4 years. I have just kind of watched them when they've done their proms of what they are going through. This past year, they came in and didn't really realize. I guess I failed to let them know that we had renovated one side of the hall, and they kind of utilized it a little bit. Kind of opened up. They have a little snacking area where they opened it up to that part, but I kind of watched people when they come in and decorate. They kind of put the rods up and hide the brown walls, which I don't blame them because we need the light, the freshness and things. And so with them, they told me that for next year that they would looking at entertaining the idea of not putting so much up, so to kind of
Embrace the hall.
to embrace that whole
its
area.
space.
And
That's
so
nice.
we have our first wedding that we hadn't had in a while coming up in this next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend on the 19th. So I'm excited to see how they're going to embrace the new renovated part that we have. So it's just taking some time and of course.
It's been a weary job, hasn't it?
Yes, and just the support of the community has been really generous of them to support us as well.
It's fantastic. So, so I guess we kind of went over like maybe some of those more memorable events that have been out there, those that are staples of the community. Let's go over that a little bit more. When was the picnic, and what things are coming up? You said the turkey dinner, the casino night. Let's talk about that.
We have our picnic in May, first weekend in May. Like I said, we just had that. So we first that's for the benefit of the church. We also have our bar when we have open. It's also the bar benefits the hall. So it's kind of a joint per se. And then we've had some anniversary parties that have been in the hall that they booked. No, we just celebrated a couple that has been married for, I believe, 65 years or 60 years, something like that. And so they had their party in there, and we've had some graduation parties that have they take the hall and had their graduation parties there. Coming up, we've got, of course, I said the wedding that was coming up, so we're looking forward to doing that. Let's see what else is going on. I know we have another wedding that's coming up in November as well, and then another anniversary in November, and then the turkey dinner is annually in October. Is the third weekend in October. It's generally the weekend after Pam Maria's. That's how some people can remember that. Pam Maria comes first, and then we have our turkey dinner as well.
Turkey dinner season.
Yes,
So
yes.
wonderful. Love it.
Yes, so La Pam Maria usually around our area kicks it off, and then Cestohowa has theirs on the third weekend of October. We also have had meetings there for businesses that come in if they need a large area. So the hall also has a diner portion of it that can be rented out as well for like smaller people.
You don't need the whole huge venue.
Yes.
You've got the options.
Yes. The only downfall about that diner is it's not air conditioned yet, but that is one of our goals to get ourselves there once we get the hall, renovate it, then we will move on to the diner and fix that up as well. So I am going to continue having these fundraiser as long as I get the support of the community.
Yeah.
And
Keep it going.
yeah.
Yeah, so then that, your second fundraiser is the casino night.
Yes.
You said it's just a big draw in your community.
Yes.
I love the casino night.
I feel like our community really enjoys that casino night where they can get together and they can have the gaming and enjoy just the company of each other. We won't really promote a dancing ground for that. It's just for them to
come play the games. Yeah.
play the games, and some people just come and they learn the games because some of them don't even know how to play some of those games, and
It's a great place
it's a great time to do that. If you're gonna experience the gambling or go to the Vegas that's a safer place to kind of keep your money without losing your money.
Yeah.
And it's a fun deal too. I have a silent auction that goes on for that, and then you win tickets to drop in a bucket to win prizes for the casino night. I'm planning on having that at the end of the year, hopefully New Year's Eve. I would like to do that for my community, to have that to keep going, because I wasn't able to do in October. It's just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that happens in our community. Yes. So now I wasn't going to do it at first, but then I thought I really would like to, because all my community people have said that we enjoy this community. And I was just like, I wanted to give something back to them to come to New Year's Eve, because today's world, I know a freshman person that went to all these dances. I don't dance anymore, so to find some time when you just need something to do on New Year's Eve, and so I felt like that we needed to bring that for the community.
So thanks for sharing that, Sherry. She says she had never heard of Cestohowa, so she's really happy to learn about. This is so great about the hall. So describe for us, because I am a little bit challenged on directions. Okay, where is Cestohowa from Floresville? Let's just give that a.
If you were coming from Floresville, you would come down on 181, Highway 181, and you would travel towards Falls City. I'm just going to do the easiest way that I can describe first. To get to Falls City, but right before you get to Falls City, there would be a left turn for Farm and Market Road 887.
Okay.
And then you would just take a left, and that road is being redone, so that's going to be a great road to travel on.
Use your maps for sure, probably.
Yes, we all have our phones. Most of us have our phones that give directions, but that's, I also, if you've ever...
So 887, you said?
887, and then you would go until you hit Farm and Market 3191.
Okay.
And you would it would be a right. After you taking the left, it would be a right. And once you've taken the right, this road will take you right to the church. And once you see the church that's on the left, you would see the hall that's going to be just a little bit veered off, right across diagonally from the church. I know it's not for me, for living there for so long, it's not that hard to find. Yeah. Also, if you put in Cestohowa, the map, it should bring up the Cestohowa Hall, because when we were working with 911, I was able to get a physical address that when you put the address in, it will get you pin you right to the hall, not the church, because that was what normally it was doing.
So that would probably be an explanation also to you folks who see the address, in the ad that's in the newspaper, on the flyers, which is routing you to, they're located on County Road 245, Falls City. So that's like a postal thing. All those areas are very...
Yes, and like if you see on my flyer, and I know that on the Wilson County News is doing an advertising for us. Mm-hmm. If you see that address, that is the physical local address. Then on the flyer, I actually have a mailing address for people that are looking at purchasing tickets. Yeah. You can give me a call, and I can discuss it with you, what's entail, because we have tables that you can reserve, which is $1,000 for 8. And then if you would just have just you and another person that needs to would love to come to this fundraiser, is $100 per person, but that entails that you will get a meal, you open bar to the bar so that you can have your drinks all night long. And then we have setups that you can get as well. You can bring your own bottle if that's what you choose to drink, and then you can have your setup. Then we have a catered meal that's included as to that as well, and then the admission for the dancing. So we just pre-sell. We just need to know by August 4th so that I can have my count for my caterers on how many plates I need to have. And then, of course, at 7:30 we have the portion of the door to come back open for people that just want to come in to come dance, and that's $50 per person. And that will entail the admission for the dance and the open bar as well. We will, as far as the bar, your children are invited. They are invited. Just know that at the bar, we, under our TABC, we have to ID people that we're not quite sure of. So if you do come and just know that we have that, we can do that as well. So, and then of course all proceeds goes to the renovation of our hall. And so for those of you that have been in our hall with these fundraisers, you're going to see the wow factor, and you're really going to say that you're coming along, and it's just taking some time, but we are going to continue doing this until we get the hall renovated completely, and then of course after that we will move on to renovating our diner as well.
Exciting, yeah. So really, this is a great opportunity to enjoy something really special, and a venue that's very special. And it's really just right down the road from us. It's in our backyard here. It's, you know, the edge of Wilson County and Karnes County, right? I mean, they're like kind of right.
Yeah, because I would say it's because it's right along the Wilson Karnes border. I mean, it's not right there on there, but it's just probably be, I would say 5 miles, 10 miles from the border of Wilson.
And yeah, we know we have our readership in that area of Fall City and all of that. So really, it's just in our backyard. It's such a beautiful place. A great night to enjoy and get out with your family and do something, you know, before school starts. It's just around the corner. Just a great way to really support the community. And for those that are saying, you know, on here, and thanks and good morning to you, Derek, that they had not heard of Cestohowa, I'm just so glad that you joined this conversation so that you can learn more about that. So just really fantastic. I guess in these last moments, you told us how we can get tickets. Again, this event is Saturday, August 9th, and you have time to get tickets now. The ad is in the Wilson County News, so you can look there. You can also, you know, I'm sure I don't know how much you can find on Facebook, but it will be rolling out on our Facebook pretty soon.
We actually have a page on Facebook now. It's and all you have to put in is Cestohowa Community Center, or if that doesn't pop up, you can also put Cestohowa Community Hall, because we've always known, as me growing up, we've always known it as Cestohowa Hall, but because of the way it's been set up back in years ago, it's Cestohowa Community Center, but people that have gone to dances, that's all we've known as the hall, and so it is there, so you can see the all of the detail, because I have a copy of the flyer on that page as well. That has all of my information. It has the physical address on there, and it has the mailing address for those of you that are interested in purchasing tickets, because what I do is you give me a call and let me know you're interested, and you'll mail me a check, and then I will mail the tickets right back to you so that you'll have your tickets ready to go when you come to the door on August the 9th.
Awesome. Sounds like a great setup. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it, and can't wait to see how this all rolls out for y'all. And we'll have to keep you posted on how those renovations are going.
Because on the website, on the Facebook posting, you'll see some of the updates that we have also have done as well. And so, it's like I said, it's just a slow process that we're working on, and we're moving along and when we have our downtime.
Yeah.
So
sounds great.
yes.
Some good things are still in store, so glad to hear that. Wow, well thank you all so much for joining us today. One more question, I think this is important to address, but how also would someone reach out to the hall for other bookings?
That would be me.
Also you.
I guess lots of titles are under me. I'm the treasurer.
Mhm.
I'm the manager. I'm the bookie, if you want to call it that. The booking.
Yeah,
I
you
take
do it
care
all.
of that. So I have my number there. So I'm the one that call. But if you know anybody in the community, you can reach out to them, and they'll lead you the right direction of getting a hold of myself or my husband. To use the hall. We do get outsiders coming in because they want that old dance hall
Mhm.
for their events. So we do have outsiders that come in and do that as well. So it's not just community that are using it. We also have outsiders that are coming.
Bringing others in.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Okay. Well, good. I'll be sure to circle back and update this post so that we have a link to that, to your Facebook page. And good morning to you, Corey, as well. Thank you all for joining us. I think, let's see, is there anything left that we haven't addressed that you want to bring up before we close the conversation?
No, I think we've covered everything as far as the hall is concerned. But if you're looking for a night to do like before school, gets crazy for you, August the 9th, Jay Crooker is coming to the hall, night of dancing. We have a live auction, we have a silent auction going on. We have great food coming to us as well from our caterer. And so I'm looking forward as a teacher. I'm going to be involved with trying to get back into school and also doing it. But it's all good because I work better under pressure than I do, just kind of right now in summer. Yeah. So I look forward to seeing everyone coming and hopefully if you're interested, please reach out, give me a call, and I will give you the information. All the information is on the flyers and on the advertisement that's coming out on Wilson County News. Facebook, it's on Facebook page under Cestohowa Community Center. So if you have any questions, you can give me a call, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you all again for joining us. We appreciate you, and I want to thank our sponsor. We are sponsored by Professionals in Dentistry, the top-rated dentist in China Grove, San Antonio, where you can smile brighter at Professionals in Dentistry. Thank you so much for your sponsorship of WCN Live. Again, thanks for joining us. If you just caught this at the tail end, you'll be able to watch this video in full in a few moments. Thanks for being here, and we will see you again next Wednesday. We'll be live at 10 a.m. Thanks.
Bye.